Hey guys, today we are continuing our series of free and or cheap things to do in Orlando. Today I am at the Pioneer Village at Shingle Creek. This is a property that has a lot to do. There are some trails you can hike, picnic areas, etc. But it is famous for all of the buildings that it has. Some are original, some are recreated from the pioneer era, like the late 1800s and the very early 1900s here in Florida. I'm really excited to be here. If you've been on the channel for a while, you might remember that I tried to come here in January of 2024, and I think I might have gotten here after they were closed for the day because I couldn't figure out how to get in or buy a ticket. Turns out what I said in the video was right. You have to go into this one building to buy a ticket, and it's not very obvious that that's where you have to go. But they do close at 4 p.m. and I think I was actually here after closing that day. Admission is $8 per person. However, when I walked in, they asked me if I wanted to fill out a quick survey. The survey was mostly along the lines of what is your age, what is your race, and how did you find this place? And I found it through an internet search. There weren't any personal questions asked. And I got $2 off. So I got admission to this place for $6. I'm going to call that a win. And I have been here for the last couple hours filming everything. I can't wait to show it with you. This video might be just a smidge chaotic because, typical my luck, I got in right behind a large group of children and I didn't want to risk filming them, so I had to bounce around just a little bit. But all the buildings are here in this video if you want to check it out. I'm going to read you the signs and show you everything that I've learned at the, let me get this right, Pioneer Village at Shingle Creek in Kissimmee. Alright, first up we had the workshop, and we've come to this sign called the Yates Ford. Let's see, can we figure out on here where we are? Oh, Shingle Creek, okay, post office. Are we on here somewhere? We came in on a road called Babb, B-A-B-B Road. I'm not seeing that on here anywhere. But anyway, the Yates Ford in the 1800s. Read this with me. Few roads, wagon trails, no bridges over Shingle Creek. And the second, William Henry Yates Ford, Fort Brooke. Okay, later in the early 1900s, the Babb, that's the name of the road, Babb Road. I think I said Bob. Old Ford crossed. All right. Isn't this park beautiful? I just got here. I'm trying to figure out where I buy a ticket because online it said it was $8 admission. Bike rack parking. I wonder if this is an old... Is that train track? I don't know. It's where you park your bike. Let's go in here and see if maybe you can buy a ticket inside this little store here. Open daily, 10 to 4. This village recreates the daily life of Seminoles, settlers, and cowmen from 1880 to 1916. Explore some authentic and recreated homesteads, farms, and villages. Oh, here we go. Purchase tickets inside the gift shop. Perfect. That's where we are. All right, guys, here we go. I'm gonna do the tour backwards because I was behind a group of kids coming in from school. And we're gonna do the tour in the exact backwards order that the map was. She said to leave the where we bought our tickets and go this way, and we'll do it backwards. All right, first we're looking at the ranch house. Henry Oscar Parton's parents moved to Florida in the 1780s. Brahman bulls, wow. Look at that big bull. All right, let's go check it out. She said to go all the way to the four-way and make a right. Oh, okay. I overheard her talking to the kids about this. So this is a composite reconstruction of what early history would have been like, including a village and then a settlement of Seminoles who would have been working here, farmstead, and then the cow camp for cattle ranchers. Okay, so many of these buildings are historic and originated in small towns across Osceola County. Others are replicas that once existed but did not survive. All right, cool, let's go. All right, first up here on the right is the general store, and then just past it, the white building, is the schoolhouse. Let's see. Early pioneers were self-reliant and made or grew much of what they needed to survive. Yet during the same period, industries were beginning to mass produce everyday items. Yep, the Industrial Revolution. A growing population and the availability of commercial goods led to the creation of general stores, which were usually one of a handful of businesses in a village. Residents living away from town traveled for hours or days to stock up on supplies, catch up on local news, and pick up mail from the postmaster. This building is a replica of the H.E. Page store of Narcoossee, Florida, circa 1890. Constructed in the typical fashion of general stores built during this period, it features a simple architectural style that is unadorned and includes false facade or front wall. Maybe that's that part up there that is larger than the interior. This boomtown front is consistent with the style of other commercial buildings of the region and the era. General store merchants received shipments from larger cities such as Tampa or Orlando, and stocked items for settlers as well as local businesses. Let's see. Here's another general store, I guess. There's two people right here. Oh, H.E. Page. Okay, so this is a replica of this. Is a replica of this, the H.E. Page store, once located in Narcoossee. Commercial products may have looked different more than a century ago, but they still satisfied basic needs. Ooh, this old photo of the Miller store from 1900. All right, let's go inside. Let's go see this. I love old stuff like this, guys. I love history. Oh boy, it smells good in here. Let me zoom you out so you can see. It smells so good in here. It smells like old wood, old air. I love that smell. I don't know how to describe it. If you've ever been in an old wooden building, you would know. Wow. Okay. Got some like embroidery down here. Some old hats. Oh, look. An old sewing box, seeds, art supplies, linens. Oh, look at this old cash register. Saddles. Old post office. Huh. Wow, look at these old boxes. The eagle, the combination. Wow, that's so cool. And then over here we've got just lamps and barrels and boxes and washboards. How cool. This is a recreation of an old general store, not actually the old general store. But it still smells pretty old. Alright, let's go check out the schoolhouse now. Alright, here we go. The old community-centered schools. When Osceola was founded in 1887, there were small villages scattered outside of Kissimmee. New settlers built schools for their children, and these one-room school buildings accommodated multiple school grades. Students attended school for 5 to 6 months a year, but the rest of the year was not a vacation. Children helped their families with plowing in the spring or harvesting crops and wrangling cattle in the fall. Kusi students in 1901. This building is a replica. Boy, it sure does look like that too. It's a replica of the Narcoossee School, which was built in 1886 for the children of newly arrived investors who bought agricultural properties from the land's developers. Unidentified Narcoossee children in 1902. Okay. So this is another replica, but you would have had me fooled. It does look old. Let's see here. Oh goody, we can go inside. I love the sound of these floors. Welcome to school, Miss, let's see, Theo, I'm not sure. Grades 3 and 4, grades 1 and 2, and that's what they were up to. I'm afraid I can't read what that says even on Zoom, but wow, look at these old desks. Piano. Hola. Hello. Somebody learning their Spanish over here. It smells good in here too, guys. I really love the smell of an old wood building. Here's Declaration of Independence. Wow, this is so cool. All right, what comes next? We're going over there to that is called the bunkhouse. All right, the bunkhouse is a unique one-room house. Must have been an adventure for teenage Cadman boys. William was 18, Reginald was 4, and Godfrey was 12. The Cadman home originally had 3 bedrooms. Marguerite and her nurse each had their own rooms, so the boys shared the bachelor quarters. These boys would become men in Narcoossee, each making their own career path. William oversaw renovations in the bungalow and left the area to become an electrical engineer. Reginald was a fruit grower at the Cadman Bros Grove, and Godfrey also worked for the Grove before following a new calling as an Episcopal priest in 1925. There they are. Let's see. So that would be Godfrey, Marjorie, Jane, the Colonel, William, and Reginald. Let's see. The bungalow was later renovated and 4 bedrooms were added. So wait, is this the original house? Is that a picture of it there? Wow, okay, that's cool. Looks like we can't go in this one, but we can go up to the door. Maybe that's because it is original. Do not cross the road. Okay, we won't cross the road. Wow. Okay, this is so tiny. And they're saying there used to be multiple bedrooms in here. There's 3 beds here, and they don't even look as big as a twin. Can't see the third one. It's right there. Wow, look at that roof. Can you imagine a family of, what was it, 3 kids living in a room this small? I mean, this is hardly bigger than a bedroom. Wow. Very cool. Over here, we have the Cadman complex. I think we're starting from maybe the back side of it. This is the Cadman kitchen here. Similar to many 19th century homes, the Cadman's kitchen was separated from practical reasons, for the smoke and the heat and it being a risk of fire. Here's a rear view of it from, can you see, 1900? They had a domestic servant named Sarah who worked with the family. Gosh, what an old photo. Okay, let's go check out this kitchen. This is the Cadman complex. I didn't catch if this is the original or not. I'm gonna just assume so because you can't walk in there. We can look in. The old stove. So cool. Alright guys, let's just do this one backwards. Go over here. We'll read the sign before we leave. It's a bedroom. Okay. You can go in here. Ooh. Wow, this is beautiful. What a beautiful home. And it's very cool in here too. It's very breezy. It's not a bit hot. I don't know if you can see, these are pictures of tiny little children, and here's a, oh, I don't know if you can see, it's the young girl with a rifle. Hi!
Nice in here, ain't it?
It feels so cool in here.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. This is large.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Over here we have their dining room. Wow, look at all these antiques. I love this teapot. The roses on it, that's so pretty. Really nice porch. I'll show you in a second, but I wanted to just exit through the porch and read the sign. Okay, this is the house we were in. We just came in through the backside. This is the Cadman complex. And turns out Lieutenant Colonel William Cadman of Yorkshire, England came to Narcoossee to investigate a potential investment property, including a home and a citrus grove. Tim and his wife Jane. Oh, and that's the kids, William, Reginald, Godfrey, and his daughter Margaret. Jane was so shocked to see the Seminoles at the dock, she nearly sent them all back to England. Family eventually settled in Narcoossee, and they became part of the local community, many of whom were actually also English. Investors were enticed to Florida by promises of its natural bounty and beauty. Temperate climate, commercial opportunity. Wow. Hey, there they are. Bumble puppy? Beautiful home. All right, we are going to go into the Cadman complex, this time from this side. I think this is original. Look at this beautiful porch. I just had to show it to you. Isn't this nice? So breezy. Next we have here the church. Let's see. Congregations. The First Baptist Church was formed after 6 men met in a blacksmith shop. They built a modest temporary structure of palm fronds and cypress poles. In the 1890s, Pastor Bell built much of their new wooden church, and in 1917, a new brick church was built. So is this the original? Let's see. Oh, that ceiling, guys. You know how I feel about a ceiling. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. This reminds me of churches and in all the horror movies. I don't know why. I'm a little creeped out in here, not gonna lie. It definitely reminds me of a spooky movie, but it is beautiful nonetheless. This old piano, another old piano. Wow, guys. I think this is original. All right, I'm gonna skedaddle on out of here, but it is beautiful. Give you a little panorama. That's where I bought my ticket. We've done all 4 of these buildings, and the church is right here. So we've done kind of the middle of the complex. I think I'm gonna go check out those buildings, and then we'll come back and we'll check out these. Okay guys, there's the church where we just were and the Cadman complex that we just saw. Now we are going to what the map says is just the Chickies. But when I got here, the sign says that this is an old Seminoles settlement. The Seminoles of Central Florida built settlements on elevated hammocks or islands along the swampy Kissimmee River. Their shelters, called Chickies. Oh, I thought it said chickens. Chickies, okay. That's what these settlements are called. These shelters were built from local materials, including pine logs and palm thatch. Chickies were well designed for hot, wet environments with an open layout to promote airflow. The floors were raised to prevent flooding and topped with water-resistant roofs to protect against hot sun and drenching summer rain. The Seminoles have always been self-sufficient and resourceful. They made canoes, cooking vessels, fishing spears, and other tools. They also found uses for cattle, hogs, sugarcane, and the oranges that Spaniards left behind centuries earlier. Seminole Camp. This one's from 1907. A young Seminole woman sits on the fire logs near a cooking structure. Billy Bowlegs. Okay. I don't know why I thought that said chickens. I need to get my eyes checked. Chickies. Seminole structures. Wow, look at the roof. Look how detailed that is. I really, really like roofs. I think you guys can tell that by now. I'm thinking of all the ones we saw in Colombia, and I'm afraid I can't remember the word for it, but there was a very similar specific style of thatched roof when we were in Colombia. I don't know, I just think roofs are such works of art when they look, you know, when they look like this, or like inside the church, etc. It's just absolutely beautiful. So this is what a chickie is. These ones have raised floors. There's another sign over here. Let me go see what that says. Oh, let's take a moment to be ADHD and just admire this beautiful, beautiful tree. Is this an oak? Guys, I don't know my trees like I should, but I think it's an oak tree. Just covered in Spanish moss. I know it's itchy, I know it's full of bugs, but I think Spanish moss is just so beautiful. It's one of my favorite things. I associate it with Florida, even though I know, you know, you can find it in Georgia. I've seen a lot of it in Savannah. But I always think of Florida when I see Spanish moss like this. Just admire that for a minute. All right, what's this say? Oh, this one's talking about the Seminole diet. Traditionally, the Seminoles ate native plants and animals and used the natural resources available to them instead of farming. They harvested edible plants, fished along creeks and shores, and hunted wild game. Their core diet consisted of corn, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, fruit, parts of palm, fry bread, venison, pork, turtles. Turtles? I've never tried turtle. Okay. Interesting. Oh, there's another sign over here. We read this sign. There's another one over here. Let's go see what that one says. Hide traders. Oh yes, the Seminoles were hunters and harvested natural resources for their own use, as well as for trade. They hunted birds, alligators, deer, and other wild animals. Tom Tiger. Very cool. All right, that was the Seminole camp, and now we are going to the cow camp. Let's see, the sign is here. In the mid to late 1880s, cow camps were part of the cracker way of life. Cowmen drove their cattle to market between March and August, and the camps were established along the route, about a day's ride between each. The cowmen hunkered down for a night or two and cared for animals if necessary. Picture of a cattle drive in Kissimmee, circa 1890s. I wonder if this is the type of cattleman that caused Yeehaw Junction to become the place that it turned into. You know, cattlemen driving their cows up and down the specific routes and where they intersected Yeehaw Junction. I wonder if that, I remember there being a painting, something like this, on the wall of a donkey or a horse. I know there was a lot of history there in Yeehaw Junction. It's just too bad that it's gone now. Cattle in the Americas arrived with the Spanish explorers in the 1600s. When the explorers left Florida, they also left behind their criollo, or cattle. These animals were the beginning of the Florida scrub cattle. After generations of roaming free in the swamps, prairies, and woodlands, this breed adapted to the climate, insects, and harsh environment of Florida. Here's some cowmen on a break. Very cool. The life of a cowman was lived in the saddle, sometimes up to 12 hours a day. My goodness. Let's go check this out. Okay, so this was for the cows. For some reason I thought this was a shelter that the cowboys were sleeping in, but ooh, tying a double constrictor knot. This one over here is how to tie a cow hitch. This is called a timber hitch. It shows you how to do it. This one looks like a rock climbing Honda knot. Kind of looks like the figure 8 you put in your rock climbing. Poacher's knot. Very cool. All right. That was the cow camp. Now we are headed on to the working yard. Up here, if you look, underlined is the Lanier house, which I think means it's original. But we're also going to have a barn, a sugar press, and a boiling shed. So let's go check this out. It is a beautiful day. It is warm, but it's not like oppressively hot. Beautiful weather in Florida. I tell you what, this is my kind of winter weather. First up here, on the left is the sugar press. Let's see, there's the sign right here. What does that say about the sugar press? Home sweet home. Pioneers grew and produced sugar cane to use as sweetener for cooking and baking. The sugar cane grew in small cane patches alongside other crops. It was harvested once a year in the fall and processed in community get-togethers, during which the sugar was made into syrup, sugar, and molasses. This is a cane grinder circa 1890. Spanish explorers brought this tropical plant to St. Augustine in 1565, and it has been growing in Osceola County for centuries. Here we got some people grinding sugar cane. That sounds like fun. The neighbors would all get together, pitch in and help. Let's go look at this. Looks like just a regular pine log. I'm pushing on it. Oh, I can turn it. Look at that. I don't want to push it too far. It turned really easily though. Chattanooga. Wow. I guess that means company, right? Chattanooga. Wow. I hate to get a finger stuck in here. Always keep bottom boxes filled with oil. Feed cane large end foremost. What this is, wow. Set feed roll. I think that says 1/3 of an inch. Discharge roll 1/16 of an inch from large roll. Okay. Very cool. What's next? I think I see a goat over here. Guys on goat. Look at this goat doing the downward dog. Hey, buddy. Oh, you're a big goat. You are a big one. I wonder why he's in that position. That's so odd. Hey, buddy. Oh, no time for me, huh? You're outside of the barn. If you can't tell, let's go check out the barn. And over here we have the boiling shed. I believe this had something to do with the process of making sugar or making molasses, maybe? You can see the kids way over there. Huh. Boiling shed. I think it has to do with the sugar making process, because every time Michael and I have ever visited a sugar mill, there's always been something like this, a boiling situation. All right, on to the barn. This sign says this is the cattleman's barn. For the Florida pioneers, barns were used to protect valuable riding gear, farm equipment, animal food, and at times the animals themselves. Horses, oxen, and meat cattle were generally kept outside. Smaller young animals may have been kept inside during harsh weather. Oh wow. Henry O. Parton. Okay, let's go inside this barn. Okay. Please no entry, pioneers only on that side. But over here, we've got like stalls. I don't think this is original either. It's not underlined on the map. But how cool. And then out here we've got our friend the goat. And he's still doing that thing where he's standing on his front elbow. Hey buddy! Hey honey! Why though? Why do you do that? Oh, he's eating the wood. There you go. Okay. I was starting to wonder if you were able to walk. Hey honey! Oh! You coming over to see me? Hi sweetie! Hi, sweetie. She said when I bought my ticket that he likes butt rubs, but like a dog does. Oh, he's got some water down here. That's what he came over for. You didn't come to see me. You came to get a drink. You sure are pretty. You're very, very pretty. All right, I won't disturb you while you get your drink. Let's keep on with the tour. Next we have the Lanier house, and on my map it is underlined, so I think that means it's original. It's over here. Okay, let's see what this is. This is going to be a working yard. Okay. Settler families like the Laniers were self-sufficient and frugal. In the yards of their homes, they grew vegetables, washed clothes, smoked meats, and performed other tasks. Secondary structures such as smokehouses, wash houses, and outhouses were typical of rural homesteads in the 1900s. That's a Raymond Lanier shipped 54 barrels of potatoes. Oh, here's members of the family, 1920. Okay. All right, so there's their water pump. Here's their shed. There's a big, big iron. Wonder what you use that for? Washing clothes, maybe? So it's kind of a chicken coop vibe, doesn't it? I wonder if chickens were in here. Maybe, do they hang meat? I'm not sure. All right. And over, ooh, I see it. This is where the chickens are. Okay, I see the chicken coop. Uh-oh, the door's open. You guys. Well, the chickens are not at home roosting. The chickens have not come home to roost. She did tell the kids that they have 3 chickens, so I guess they're around here somewhere. Let's go check out this Lanier house. We're gonna go in from the back side. Let's go go around this way. Huh. I don't see the thing you use to make sound to call people for dinner. All right, here's where we... Oh, the kitchen is not detached in this home. Do you hear the wind rattling this old wooden home? I bet this is scary in a hurricane. The bedroom. Okay, I can't read who that is, but I'll show you. If you can read her name, you let me know. Even on Zoom, I can't read it. Nice sewing area. Little bed. Bigger bed. Little station to wash your hands. This feels so nice with the cross breeze coming in through here. Wow, I bet that helped so much with the house being hot. Ooh, is that called a gramophone? Somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but that's beautiful. A book, I can see that it's a book about cattle. This is making me want to go home and watch the movie The Yearling. Or read the book. I loved the book when I was growing up. Never dreamed I would live in Florida. But now I want to go home and either read the book or watch the movie. We got one more bedroom here. Very tiny bedroom. Looks like some repair work has been done, but I think this is an original structure. How cool. This is the way to go, guys. Have you a little breezeway like this in Florida. This feels so nice. Some pies in there. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go home tonight and watch The Yearling. Wonder if I can talk Michael into watching it with me. I didn't show you the porch when we came through earlier because I realized the kids were about to get up on it, but beautiful wraparound porch. Boy, goes a plane. Sometimes I wish that this was the Florida that I had been born and raised in. I mean, I think it's so easy for me to like romanticize the pioneer life or that, you know, late 1800s, early 1900s life. And I'm sure it was a really hard struggle, and I'm sure I'm really lucky that I didn't have to struggle like that. But it just seems so picturesque, so different from life today. I almost missed this sign over here. Raymond P. Lanier, a progressive farmer. Here he is, circa 1900. Born in 1873, Raymond lived in a time of rapid change. The son of a cracker cowman had diverse jobs that reflected the new opportunities in Osceola County. He was employed on a dredge boat, and then he owned a productive farm, and then he became county commissioner. Ooh. Okay. Well, okay, likely built by its original owner, this house is significant late 19th century structure, one of the few surviving examples. Hold on, I got an ADHD moment here. There's one of the chickens. Here we go. Here's the Lanier family, circa 1905. Oh, they were musical. Wow. Is that this home? They're calling this a dog trot style home. I wonder if that's because of the breezeway that goes right through the middle. Kirby. Yeah. Like I was saying, sometimes I look at things like this and think, man, I wish that could have been my life growing up. Oh my goodness. I don't have it in me to struggle that hard. but it just seemed like life was simpler back then and Florida was more beautiful back then. Let's keep moving. Over here behind the Cadman complex, we have the packing house. It's roped off so we can just go and peek in here real quick. Oh, Indian River Fruit Company. Okay. So this would be where they packed their citrus, I guess. Look at that big piece of equipment. I don't know what that does. I guess you just put fruit in it and it maybe funnels them down to put them in a box or something. There's a smaller version of a similar thing. How cool. This house is underlined, so I think it is authentic. Ooh, big spider web up there. And it definitely smells old in here. How cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. We have completed the 2/3 of the map. We're back at the church. We're going to keep on going past the church and talk now about the Tyson house, which is also underlined. So I believe it also is original. This says James C. Tyson. James Calvin Tyson's personal story resembles many of the Florida cracker families. His parents moved to Florida from Georgia just weeks before the Civil War in 1861. He was born in Florida and by 1885 had established himself as a farmer with 21 acres of land, including 10 acres of vegetable crops, 10 acres of woodland forest, and 1 acre of open meadow. He owned cattle, planted a citrus grove, and built a packing house. Southern pioneers. Most are proud of their heritage. This modest one-room home was built by Enoch Nelson Tyson, second son of James and Victoria. So then they moved to St. Cloud. Let's go check it out. This one's tiny. It's so small. Oh wow. It's just one room, well, one big open room that includes, donated by the Franklin B. Holloway family. Includes a bed, and then there's something back there. It's like a cot maybe? And then, wow. And here's the roof. Look at the roof for those of you who like roofs like me. How gorgeous. How simple and beautiful. Next over here, it says Pioneer Village on the outside of this building. This is the village depot. Prior to the late 1880s, travel was primarily by foot, horse, or wagon. But after the expansion of railway lines through Florida, convenient transportation became to be more affordable to more of the population. New residents, such as the Cadman family, transported their furniture via rail and could ride back to the city to attend the opera or a special event. South Florida Railroad. Here's the Narcoossee Depot in 1902. What, can you imagine how exciting that time must have been to have something like a train for the first time in history? I just think that would be so exciting. St. Cloud Sugar Mill, that's on my list of places I'd like to go visit. What's left of it anyway. All right, let's go check out this train depot. And behind it you see a water tower. This is giving me vibes from the movie Hello, Dolly. Or the TV show, I should say. Or the Broadway show, I should say. All these trunks. More Indian River. Train depot is not underlined, so I'm assuming that means it's a recreation. Let's go stick our head in over here. Wow. That reminds me of the Celebration Water Tower. And I think there's a few more actually as well. I mean, I guess not all water towers look the same, you know what I mean? But that really reminds me of the Celebration one, which is making me wonder, is the Celebration Water Tower like that in homage to like a classic vintage water tower? Or is this just a coincidence? Because that's not really what a water tower looks like nowadays. Just a thought. Give you a little, make you a little seasick and give you a 360 panorama because we are almost done. We have almost seen it all. Let's see what this sign here says. Waterworks. A daily necessity for life is seasonally limited in areas of Osceola County. Who are these people? Oop. I'm gonna get my shadow over the photo so you can see. Men gather around the head of well equipment at an orange grove in Kissimmee, Florida. Tropical Hotel water tank. Starts at 1890. The Bush family used this water tank at their Deer Park home in eastern Osceola County, the center of their cattle operations. And just beyond will be the blacksmith shop. We went to trivia a few months ago, and one of the clues was a person who shoes horses. And Michael and I knew right away it was blacksmith, but actually nobody else knew it was blacksmith. And they were all protesting so hard that the trivia host had to come up with another clue. I don't remember what the other clue was, but it turns out, I guess there actually is a word for specifically the person who puts the shoe on a horse, in addition to a blacksmith who only makes the shoe for the horse. So that was a valid complaint, but the whole rest of the bar was like absolutely not having it. They needed a better hint. So I just thought that was funny. Michael and I were like, everybody knows this, and then come to find out there's actually another word that could also be the right answer. So it's a beautiful park. I've really enjoyed this today. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I hope you like this kind of stuff just like I do. This old, rusty, classic. This is the citrus storage barn from 1915. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this. This is absolutely my jam. I love history. I love seeing old things, especially when they smell so good. I had a great time here, and I'm really glad that I got to share it with you. So if this is your kind of adventure, stick around. I'm looking for as much of this kind of thing as I can possibly find to bring to our YouTube channel. Bye guys, I will see you another day in another adventure.